Toby Doolittle round out our officiating crew tonight. Cavs in the white, Wolves in the black. It's your classic good guy, bad guy. No, not really. On a second flat-footed chip by Hawken. And the game clock didn't start, and so that precious 1 second will be added back here just to make sure the universe is in balance, and we'll try it again. Cavs man-to-man, and the Wolves with a 5-man out offense. Kick back to Hawken for 3, and a rebound to Tyler Wells. Wells picked up by Lubom. Cavs also trying to spread the floor in their man-to-man offense. Hunter Sweet. Dom Bradley for 3. Everybody shooting from the outside. No one's been lucky so far. Lubom the other direction for the Wolves. Accelerates by Wells. Jace Cates swats it away but falls down and can't gain possession for the Cavaliers. Wide open look for Brashear. He passes it up. Lubom outside. Hawken in the post. Picked up by Cates. And another 3. This one by Brashear. The outside rebound is grabbed by Warner. He'll get it now on the left wing side from Evans. And Warner to the bucket. Somebody finally shoots it too. And Caleb Warner opens the scoring in this one. Wells looking at Sweet. He'll go ahead and give it to Hunter, who steps outside the block, now drives in, gets position underneath, and squirts it over the rim underneath Caleb Warner. Evans slowed. Brad Barber calling his team to make sure to pick up the ball there so they couldn't sprint it into forecourt. Warner kicks back to Hawken down the left side of the lane. Nobody picked him up in an easy lay-in. Not a good rotation by the Cavaliers defensively on that one, and a 4-2 Western Oregon lead. Wells picked up on a double-team switch. Good scramble defense by the Wolves. They nearly got a pick, but went back to man-to-man into the posts, so the Cavs kept possession. Sweet, high off the glass, grabbed by Bradley on the backside and put home. Sweet, a tough angle after some pressure from Brashear, but Don Bradley not blocked off the boards at all. And he ties it at 4. Warner strong down the left side, bumps off Sweet, rolls it over the front rim. Well, they pick up the offense now after a slow start. 6-4 of the Wolves. They try to trap Wells right at midcourt. He steps through, gets it back from Sweet. Off balance, really forced a shot there. Should have pulled it back outside. And it's Hawken with the rebound. To Evans, quickly into forecourt for Brashear. The Cavs back decently in transition, but they don't pick up Warner, who hits a 3. On the dish back outside. Warner with 7 of the 9 Western Oregon points. Bradley up top, matched with Hawken. Gives to Sweet. Gray being guarded closely by Evans. Cates through the screen from Bradley, almost left the feet. Backdoor pass for Gray is behind him, off his hand, and turned over. Evans quickly into forecourt. Hawken a 3 in transition, doesn't go. Rebound to Jace Cates. Thought about going long. Bradley was out in front of Hawken, but Jace electing not to make that pass. Bradley trying to find Cates, gives it to him on the rub-off. Hawken steps in, a lot of body contact, no whistle, and Hawken comes up with the ball, batted away from him by Wells and saved. Hunter Sweet comes up with it, a nice defensive play by Wells to get back and take that one away as Hawken was sailing into the basket. Gray gets bumped. What are they going to call, a walk or a foul? They are going to call the bump. Now a little bit of conferring here between officials, and that's always dangerous, but no, they will stay with the foul. It's on Evans, and the first foul of the ball game. Cody Starr in the lineup for the Cavs, replacing Hunter Sweet. Starr coming off what probably is the best weekend of his Cavalier career. 19 points and 11 assists against Alaska Anchorage, and 18 against Alaska. Tough pass by Wells on the inbounds. Bradley gets to teeter on the rim and fall. squeeze that one through, but he really had it in a tough location. Evans with a shuffle of the feet, not called. Hawkins will kick it back outside, and Rushier sets him back up. It's amazing what you get away with in steps these days, both collegiately and professionally. Layup attempt doesn't go for Evans, but it's tapped outside. And now Rushier will step into a three. That one's long. Gray taps it. Hawkins taps it again. And without even running offense, another three attempt by Warner that'll go out of bounds and belong to the Cavaliers. We have our first time out of the ball game. 15 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the first half. It's Western Oregon 9 and Concordia 6 on the Cavalier Sports Network. Services from collection and disposal to recycling and renewable energy generation. For more information about all the services from Waste Management, go to www.wm.com. Waste Management. Think green, think clean. Concordia 3 for 6 from the floor, 50%. Western Oregon 4 of 11, 36.4%. Cavs 0 for 1 from 3. Wolves 1 of 6. Last time these teams met, Western Oregon won it 91-65, although the Wolves only led by 2 at the half. They shot 63.6% from three-point range, making 14 of 22, so they're off to a bit slower start from the outside tonight against the Cavaliers. Wells to Bradley up high. He's being defended by Cameron Cranston, who checked in on the break. 6'6 freshman from Vancouver, Washington. Case tried to dump it off, turned it over, threw it right to Caleb Warner. Rushier, air ball from 2 feet. Cranston got the rebound. Nice hustle there. Crossover by Rushier, including the palm. Bradley takes the ball, about takes off his head as well. And on alternating possessions, the ball belongs to the Cavaliers. Xavier Smith comes in for Jace Cates for the Cavaliers. And the Wolves will make a substitution as Jalen Richardson checks in. 6'3", 170 junior from Waverly Hall, Georgia. From Wallace Community College in Selma, Alabama. Smith handling the ball against Lubom, who's got a head of height advantage on him. Smith gets it stuck on the floor. Able to get the ball to Wells. Nice job stepping through defensively by Richardson on that ball screen. Gray, tough one in traffic and got fouled. It was covered pretty well by Warner, but Richardson got greedy, tried to take it away and caught him on the arm. First foul and the second team foul. Then Jarrett Gray will shoot a pair, looking for his first points of the night, a 90% free throw shooter. Only men's game in the conference tonight. The only other conference game going on, as a matter of fact, is Alaska and Alaska Anchorage. They're playing in Fairbanks in women's basketball action. They'll get underway in about another hour. Gray opens his scoring column for the night. Lubom looked a little bit of a moving screen as Cranston slid through, but Lubom puts another air ball off the glass. Good job by Wells. Fake slowing down, accelerated again, took a clear pass to the bucket for the lay-in, and the Cavaliers have the lead. Evans all the way to the basket, caught on the body by Bradley. He blocked the shot, but got him with the body hip high. And Dom will pick up his first foul. First foul of the game on the Cavaliers. Evans a little bumpy as he walks to the free throw line, but appears to be okay. Brad Barbarick a quick word with Justin Shamian, as Evans a 63% free throw shooter at the stripe. Wolves will make another substitution. Orlando Baker, 6'2", 170-pound freshman from Seattle, comes in for Darius Lubom. Kind roll on the second for Evans, his first point of the ball game, and we're dead even. Star into forecourt where Evans will pick him up there. Gray left alone. Oh, nice closeout hustle back by Warner. At 6'7", he's able to get some wingspan going at Gray, too. Thought he had an open look for a minute. Smith throwing a little wide. It's chased down by Bradley. And he'll work on Cranston. A little jump hook short. Xavier Smith, as Bradley did earlier on the other side, there to snag a rebound and put it home. (12-10) Cavaliers. Cranston right side to Evans, who will accelerate. Can't pick him up well. Cranston getting around Jarrett Gray to the bucket. Star there to help, and it goes off the front rim. Wells in transition. Jim Shaw gets a couple words in as the refs run by. He thought there should have been a foul. Smith for three doesn't go, and we have a foul on the rebound on Bradley going over the back. He's shocked at the call and picks up a quick second foul, and the Cavs will have to go to the bench and bring Hunter Sweet back in for Dominique Bradley. Elroy Butler will also check in for the Cavs for Tyler Wells. Butler with 15 points in the first meeting between his two teams. 28% of his season point total came in the first showdown between these two schools. Baker matched up with Smith. Warner on the ball rub to Richardson, bangs off a Gray and throws one up. Really didn't square the shoulders up well. It was kind of a casual shot attempt. Star had an avenue for a minute, then gets it blocked by Cranston on the close. We go the other way quickly. That was a double dribble, but Baker will lay it in. Had it, dropped it, dribbled it again. And a whistle here. Maybe just because the ball was knocked away, and because of that stoppage, Riley Hawkins checks in for Caleb Warner for Western Oregon. Warner off to a strong start, 3 of 4 from the floor, including a three-pointer and 7 points. Smith pops it to Gray outside the three. Front rim, hawking up high above everyone to get the rebound. Tried to throw it off a Sweet and missed, but threw it to Cranston. Nice spin in traffic by Baker, and the Cavaliers kind of back away from him, trying to avoid the foul, and let him sail to the hoop for the lay-in. It's got to be disappointing for the coaching staff. It's just not solid defense right there. Star trying to get Hawkins off his feet, strong to the basket, and a travel called on Star. Did not appear to be one. Darius Lubom checks back into the lineup for Western Oregon, and we have a timeout on the floor. 11 minutes and 46 seconds left to play in the first half. Western Oregon 14, Concordia 12 as we take a timeout on the Cavaliers Sports Network. Cavalier basketball brought to you in part tonight by your local Les Schwab Tire Center. This winter, don't wonder about safe driving, especially today around the Portland metro area as we had our first snowfall of the day. Instead, swing by Les Schwab Tire's Winter Don't Wonder event. Then don't wonder if you have the right tire, because they're introducing their best all-terrain tire ever, the new Open Range AT, only at Les Schwab, specifically designed so you don't wonder about safe driving in snow, sleet, or sideways rain. Also, you can save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, depending on tire size, on last year's bestseller, the Open Country AT2. Les Schwab Tires, where doing the right thing matters. Cavaliers 5 of 12 from the floor, 41.7%. The Wolves 6 of 17, 35.3%. Dakota Ayala checks into the Cavalier lineup for the first time. Cavs try to press a little bit here. Good to see Ayala back after he was slowed by a foot injury. Cavs come out and zone it here a little bit against Western Oregon. Baker to the top. Cranston will have to swing it back to him again. Ball batted away by Ayala, and the Cavaliers force the turnover. Second for Western Oregon. Again, they only average 9.5 turnovers a game. Sweet needs some help, finds Starr back up top. And the Cavaliers will set it back up. Sweet up top, 10 on the shot clock. Butler back to Sweet again. Cavs can't find anybody open. Smith well defended. And he'll have to take the 2 and hit it. It's a 2-pointer, says Toby Doolittle. Feet on the line. Smith with 4. And we are tied again. Cavs trying to pressure Lubom. He dribbles around. Cranston fumbles the ball away. Took his eyes off the pass, thinking about where he's going to go next. Caleb Warner back in for Western Oregon for Cameron Cranston. Starr met by Richardson. Butler, and the Wolves will switch that. Richardson gets through the high screen again. Smith outside, Richardson now on him. It's like Richardson's defending every player. Starr up top, 8 on the shot clock. Sweet had to recatch that ball, and it'll be in the lane. Just got hammered going around. Body checked a couple times, and I was afraid for a minute they weren't going to call it. Caleb Warner with more contact than should ever be allowed. They do make the whistle on him. It's the 3rd team foul the Cavaliers have. They're going to rule that a shooting foul? Boy, that was a break. I don't think Hunter had even gotten the shot up. They bumped him twice. Sweet is 72% free throw shooter. He has 4 in the ball game. Cavs back up by 2 again. Warner ahead to Richardson, juggled it there for a second, but regains. Baker for Warner. Richardson drops it down. Hawken bangs into Ayala, and they call it a block. First foul on Dakota Ayala, who appeared to be in pretty good position. And a 3rd team foul on the Cavaliers. Delvin Brashear back in the Wolves lineup for Jalen Richardson. Baker to inbound it on the baseline for the Wolves. Nice step around by Lubom, strong to the basket, and lays it home for his first points. Elroy Butler, a good move to get by Lubom, but then cut off by Hawken. Starr working against Warner, bodied a couple times again. Starr's fall away, an air ball, and it's tapped to Alonda Baker. Hey, Warner's smart. He doesn't put the hands on you, but he really throws the lower body into the person he's guarding. Ayala a hand in the face of Lubom after that shot, no whistle. Ayala trying to run the floor and does for his first points. Elroy Butler with the assist. The Cavs back up again by 2. Good press break by the Wolves. Ayala the block on Hawken, though, when he appeared to be going up for an easy lay-in. And a walk on Lubom, who went 3 different directions. And turns it over. 4th turnover against Western Oregon. Yeah, the Cavs hanging with the Wolves here in the early going. Last time in Monmouth, they were only down 2 at halftime. Smith, nice move on the baseline. Didn't go up with it, though. Starr on the run. Good attack of the basket. And again, nobody got in front of him. Cody's first points of the ball game. The Cavaliers up by 4 for the first time. Lubom partially deflected, but retrieved by Baker. And now a 3 ball from Warner doesn't go. Starr the rebound. Tried to accelerate and find someone, but the Wolves back well in transition. He takes a body shot from Baker, and then a kick ball. It'll be the Cavaliers' ball on the sideline. Brendel Evans back in for the Wolves, replacing Olanda Baker. Ball deflected in the corner. Butler gets it, and it's poked away by Lubom from behind, and Butler compounds it by reaching in and committing the foul after the turnover. First foul on Elroy. Cavaliers' 4th team foul. Wolves breaking the Cavalier pressure much more easily that time. Warner to Brashear back up top, and Evans will swing it for Lubom. Into the post. That's a gutsy play by Brashear as Ayala was there waiting for him and just gobbled it up. Another block. Sweet baseline 2 there. Bad shot. And it gets blocked, and Lubom with it. Really forced that one again. Lubom running right by Ayala and throws it up off bounce with the left hand. Nobody got in his way. Those that drive a coach nuts, the transition baskets where the guy just sails all the way in untouched. Starr met on the trap by Hawken. The Wolves scramble another player, Lubom. They really overplay that high passing lane. Butler took steps, yeah. Buster Souza will check into the lineup for Western Oregon. Jarrett Gray will return for the Cavaliers when we come back. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Concordia 20, Western Oregon 18 on the Cavaliers Sports Network. Cavalier basketball brought to you in part tonight by McKenzie, providing professional design services, including architecture and interior design, structural, civil, and traffic engineering, land use and transportation planning, and landscape architecture. With offices in Portland, Vancouver, and Seattle, and on the web at mcknze.com. McKenzie, design-driven, client-focused. Cavaliers 8 of 17 from the floor, 47.1%. 0 from 3 from three-point, and 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Western Oregon 8 of 23, 34.8%. 1 of 9 from three-point range, and 1 for 2 at the free throw line as we resume action. Evans and Lubom, Warner, Brashear, and Buster Souza, 6'8", 235 senior from Concord, California. In for the Wolves, Lubom strong to the basket, left it short on the left-hand layup attempt. Smith with the rebound and wheels away from Lubom to avoid having it knocked away from behind. Starr tries it again, blocked by Souza. Starr with his arms up. Brad Barber screaming about the lack of a foul. Lubom misses, and we have a tip in, but do we have an over-the-back call? Yes, we do. Okay. The basket's waved off. The foul on Buster Souza, his first and the 4th team foul on the Wolves. Olanda Baker comes back in the Western Oregon lineup. Smith getting some help from Sweet as he goes into forecourt. Gives it to Ayala, who's hit from behind on his layup attempt. Souza rotating around defensively. And the foul call will go against Brandell Evans, his second personal, and the 15 foul against the Wolves. Dakota Ayala, 53% free throw shooter. In for the first time tonight for the Wolves, Brian Berg, 6'2", 190, redshirt senior from Tigard and Clark College in Vancouver. He'll come in for Dalvin Brashear. First points for Ayala, and the Cavs up by 4 again. Evans waiting and trying to get players set up. Now he'll hand the ball to Berg to run the point. Warner amount of moving screen from Souza and hits the two-pointer. 9 for Caleb Warner. 22-20 Cavaliers. Smith up top to Sweet. He'll swing it to Starr. And that's got to be a reaching foul on Berg as he tried to muscle, his way not only through the screen, but then got arms up on Starr as well. 16 foul on the Wolves. Ayala out almost immediately. And Mikhail Williams, the 6'7" freshman from Redlands, California, will come in. We'll say a quick hello to Steve Brandon, who's hopefully out there watching us again tonight. Good to see you over the weekend, Steve. And thanks for watching the Cavaliers and watching the broadcast here. And a foul on Cody Starr away from the ball. His first. And the Cavaliers' 15 foul. Baker into forecourt. Smith with him there. Evans to Berg. And Warner again. He'll go into the three-point shot for Berg, and he's knocked down there by Jarrett Gray, I believe. 3 free throws coming up, and it is on Gray. First team foul, and the Cavaliers' 6th team foul. Berg an 84% free throw shooter with 3 attempts. If they just call the moving screen first, then the 3-point shot attempt wouldn't have counted. First free throw for Berg. Jace Cates back in. Cody Starr will take a break for the Cavs. You know, Meatloaf was right. 2 out of the 3, and the Cavs have it with Smith in the forecourt. Sweet bobbled momentarily. Has Cates it set for the 3. Overshoots it from the right side, and Gray almost went over the back foul. Outlet pass from Evans to Berg, weaving through traffic. Hits Souza, and the Cavaliers aren't there defensively. Souza's able to finish. Wolves take the lead again. Third lead change of the half, along with a trio of ties. Smith telling Mikhail Williams, I want your ball screen over that way. Penetrates and kicks. Sweet, the extra pass to Gray, open for 3. First field goal of the night for Jarrett. Cavs back up by 1. Warner trying to get Hunter Sweet to bite. Souza in on Mikhail Williams. Lost the handle as he went up, and it's grabbed by Cates. Whistle and an offensive foul. Mikhail Williams is going to be called as he ran over Brandell Evans. Wiley Hawken back in for Buster Souza for the Wolves. Mikhail Williams out. And Dominic Bradley back in for the Cavs. Tyler Wells also back in, and Xavier Smith will take a break. Ball batted away from Evans. Now turn around, face up on Sweet and take a jumper. And Warner, who averages 10-7 a game, has 11 here in the first 15 minutes of this one. Wells off his foot. What do we have? Timeout taken by the Cavaliers as Tyler Wells fumbles that one away. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Cavaliers using the first timeout of either team in the game. Western Oregon on top of the Cavaliers, 26-25. Basketball brought to you in part tonight by the Lutheran Church Extension Fund, celebrating 40 years as the official financial partner of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. LCEF offers competitive rates and secure 24/7 online access to all your investments and loans. You can view balances and statements, complete transactions, receive alerts when payments are due, and communicate directly with LCEF staff members. Lutheran Church Extension Fund, where investments build ministry. Concordia 9 of 20 from the floor, 45%. Western Oregon 11 of 29, 37.9% as we get back to action. Gray baseline corner will bring it back outside again. And a whistle and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Caleb Warner. That's his second personal. It's the 7th on the Wolves. And a 1-and-1 for Jarrett Gray, who made his first two. Cameron Cranston back in for the Wolves, and he'll replace Warner after he picked up the second foul. Little favorable roll for Gray. He has 7 in the half, had 13 the first time the teams met back in January. High dribble by Baker as he angles right. Cranston down the lane, lost the handle, and turns it over. Baker to extend pressure on Tyler Wells a little bit. Sweet tried to find Cates on the back door, but he was defended well, and Berg then runs through Honor Sweet. Just barreled into him, and then stands there trying to figure out, he can't figure out why he was called for the foul. Second foul on Berg, the 8th team foul as Delvin Brashear comes back in for Berg, who apparently would make a good pulling guard for the Wolves football team. Sweet to shoot 1-and-1. Rebounded by Cranston. Baker up top to Cranston. Lubom will kick it to Cranston out of the corner for 3. Gray the rebound and tight ropes the baseline and gets it to Wells, who's harassed by Baker. Gray waits for Tyler to come back out top and set it up for the Cavs, who lead it by 1 with a little more than 3 minutes to play in the first half. Gray the pull-up, tough angle, couldn't get it to go, and Hawken the rebound. His 5th board so far. Baker for Cranston. Driving in on Sweet and kisses it off the glass. Good runner by Cranston. Made it look easier than it was. And the Wolves regain the lead. 7th lead change already in the ball game. Wells, a stutter step, got cut off well by Baker. Bradley kicks it outside to Sweet. Back to Dom posting up on Hawken. Little drop step right and a pretty jump hook off the glass. Got the footwork down the way he wanted that time. Dom was 6 here in the first half. Lubom, the hesitation, then strong drive, overshot the layup under pressure. Bradley through the hands of Cates, and the Cavs turn it over. It's a 3-on-2. Lubom underneath Sweet to lay it home. Nice pass to him by Baker. Check that Brashear. And the Wolves back on top again. Cates got Brashear down into the lane, dished for Bradley. Fumbled it away, then left the layup short and Hawken the rebound. Brashear looked like a double dribble almost, and then they're going to get Wells on a reach in. Yep. The foul is on Tyler. That's his first. They're going to rule it a shooting foul. And 2 free throws coming for Dalvin Brashear, a 70% free throw shooter. First point of the ball game for the junior from Colorado Springs. Dakota Ayala comes back in for the Cavaliers for Dom Bradley. Brandell Evans back in. And Jalen Richardson also returns for Western Oregon. Brashear pushing it to 3. The Wolves with some pressure on Wells. Western Oregon's largest lead, 5. The Cavaliers' largest lead, 4 here in the first half. Cates, Brad Barbarick wanted the Cavs to get into the post Sweet, who now has to come outside for the ball, defended there by Baker. Cates, a nice little touch pass, and Hawkins swats it away from Ayala. Cavalier fans wanted a foul, thought he'd come through the body. And the ball then comes off Ayala, apparently. It was down on the Western Oregon bench. And it belongs to the Wolves. Cavs again going to some trapping pressure, and the Wolves able to beat that. Hawken baseline left, back up top for Evans. Brashear open for 3. Just rippled the bottom of the net. Now Ayala grabs it there, and then Brashear bangs into Jace Cates. Picks up his first foul, and the 9th team foul on Western Oregon. Lubom will come back in for Brashear. And Cates, a 92% free throw shooter with a 1-and-1. That's one you didn't count on happening. Evans the other way. Wolves can take their largest lead of the game with a 3, equal it with a 2. Hawken for Evans, baseline corner drive by Lubom through 3 defenders. The Cavs scramble around again. Richardson, the high drive into the lane, and Ayala gets the rebound, went to the ground, found Jarrett Gray. Plenty of time, they don't have to rush it. And Brad Barbarick gets him to settle down. Spreads them out as we go under 10 seconds. Ayala to set a ball screen. The Wolves trap Jarrett Gray, and they're not even going to get a shot off. Well, that'll be a little bit of talk in the locker room. Just not very good execution there. I think Brad Barbarick wanted everyone on the baseline to allow Jarrett Gray to go out and go one-on-one, and instead the Wolves trapping with that second defender and forced the Cavaliers to burn the remainder in the league, trying to find a way to get over the top against somebody. It's Cates, Wells, Bradley, Gray, and Sweet starting five for the Cavaliers. And the Wolves countering with Lubom, Brashear, Evans, Warner, and Hawkins. Starting five will start the second half with a possession for Western Oregon to open our second 20 minutes of play. Evans met by Wells. Now Gray will pick him up on the switch. Cavs slide it back and actually go into his zone. A little push off by Lubom, who stiff-armed Hunter Sweet to create space, but missed the shot. It boggles the mind sometimes, the things players are not getting called for anymore. Wells giving up the dribble, batted away by Lubom and out of bounds with 16 on the shot clock. Bradley to Sweet. Wells will pop back out again. Gray to Wells. Little lob for Gray, and he lays it home. Warner kind of not putting a lot of effort into his defense there, and Gray was able to lay it home before anybody could rotate over and pick him up. 9 for Gray. Drop down on the post, and a mismatch here with Warner on Sweet. Cates comes over to double team. The rotation in the corner for a three ball that's good from Lubom. He has 9, and you don't want to see the threes start to fall if you're a Cavalier fan. Sweet in, spins on Warner and hangs and puts it home. 6 for Hunter, and Brad Barbrick tells his team, get a stop. That's really going to be the key for the Cavs here in the second half. Warner dropping it off for Brashear. Is that another three? Yeah, it was. Down in the corner, the Wolf bench is up. Can't see. It's Warner with the three. Just a 31% three-point shooter. He's got a pair of them now, and the lead up to 5, equaling the largest lead of the game for the Wolves. Sweet again in against Warner. Knocked away by Warner, out of bounds to the Cavaliers. 16 again on the shot clock. For Gray, it got batted away by Evans and stayed in bounds, but it's thrown away as the Wolves try to break out the other direction. Bradley from his backside, able to find Sweet. Wells off the high ball screen from Sweet. It's again defended well. Warner's come out on to Wells. The step back three for Wells is good. Confident stroke on that one by Tyler, who's only shooting 28% from three. And Warner comes right back the other way and answers and acts as though he just won the national championship. It's a good shot, don't get me wrong. Warner with 17 points now. He's busy celebrating with the crowd all the way down the floor. Wells in on Lubom, put up a weak shot that was an easy block for Brashear. Evans lost the handle, had to reverse it, and he misses. It's turning into an out-of-control track meet right now as Gray tries to come at the other end. Good job by Bradley to run the floor and clean it up. 8 for Bradley. And Brad Barbrick again trying to get his team moving. Lubom to Warner. Got Cates in the air but didn't take it. Lubom walks again. Cavs miss up. Don't switch on him. Hawkins comes back outside. Try to dump one inside. Gray intercepts it. And the Cavs force another turnover. Bradley calling for it, but they'll bring it back to Sweet up top. Wells to Cates outside. Bradley to Sweet. Gray draws two, just will elevate instead. Can't get it to roll. Rebounded by Hawkins. Evans slowly into the forecourt. Picked up by Bradley on the switch. Dumps it back. The Cavs rotate again as Hawkins will give it to Evans. Brashear down the lane on Sweet, who hit him from behind, and Brashear will go to the free throw line. Got him off balance. First foul of the game on Hunter, and the first Cavalier foul in the second half. Brashear 2 for 2 at the line. Will be at the stripe when we come back. 15 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the second half. Western Oregon 41, Concordia 38 on the Cavalier Sports Network. Basketball brought to you in part tonight by the Oxford Suites at Jansen Beach, just minutes from the Concordia campus. The Oxford Suites is a 100% non-smoking hotel with a free hot breakfast buffet, free evening reception, and complimentary high-speed wireless. Save even more when you book your room using the promo code Concordia. Subject to availability, restrictions apply. Go to OxfordSuitesPortland.com. Oxford Suites, exceptional, has never been so affordable. Concordia off to a 4-for-7 start from the floor in the second half. Western Oregon 3 for 5. Dalvin Brashear at the free throw line. Brashear had a good weekend last week against the Alaska Schools as well, with 22 and 20 in the two games. Free throws in the game for Brashear as the Wolves extend the pressure a little bit, but Cates will not be defended, and he'll bring it up into forecourt. Had it batted away. Lubom takes it, just picks his pocket, and goes to the bucket. 11 for Lubom. He's the second Western Oregon player to get into double figures, and just an unforced error really there, and it's the largest lead of the night now for Western Oregon. Batted away, and the Cavs having some backcourt ball handling woes. Cody Starr will come in for Jace Cates. Xavier Smith will also check in for the Cavs, and he'll come in for Tyler Wells. Sweet up top. Shot clock down to 6. Sweet lost his balance, got hit from behind, and they'll make the call. And it'll be 2 free throws coming for Hunter Sweet. Riley Hawken with the foul, his first of the game. The first team foul on Western Oregon in the second half. Hunter Sweet 2 of 3 at the line tonight. For 2. For Sweet. Cavaliers still looking for their first player in double figures, but they're fairly balanced tonight. Sweet and Bradley 8 each, Gray 9. Lob to Hawken on the post against Xavier Smith, and an easy finish there for Riley Hawken. 4 points. Brad Barbarick again disappointed in his team's defensive rotation there as Xavier Smith wound up on Hawken in the post. Sweet to Bradley. Gray matched up by Lubom. And an offensive foul on the Cavaliers away from the ball on Don Bradley. his third. Second team foul on the Cavs, and Dakota Ayala will come in for Bradley. What's going on, but Justin Shamian having a little lecture for Lubom and Starr. Lubom steps on Starr's foot and gets called for the foul. He stepped on his foot and gave him a shove, and you probably shouldn't do that if the officials just told you to knock it off and that he's watching you. So it'll be a turnover again. It's the first foul on Lubom and the second team foul on Western Oregon. Smith in the corner to Starr. Drive on Brashear, who trips him as he started to go up. And they're going to rule it a shooting foul.
Western Oregon foul number 20.
Nope. Brashear's second personal, team foul 3, and it'll be out of bounds to the Cavaliers, and Starr trying to regain his senses a little bit after going down hard to the floor. We'll inbound it here. Ayala open up top, and the Wolves will concede that one and get back defensively. Ayala will just pump it out top to Starr. The Cavs will run it. Shot clock under 10 now. Starr being hacked at. Gray for the deep three. Got a good look at it. And Jarrett Gray with his second three moves into double figures, and the Cavaliers cut the deficit to 4. Hard drive, bat away by Gray, but it caroms over to Lubom, and now what do we have? A reach-in foul. Oh, they're going to reset the shot clock. And it'll be at 14, and now Brandell Evans will check back in for Western Oregon. And he'll replace Lubom with Warner, the inbounder, as we return to action. A little left-hand drive by Orlando Baker, his first points in the second half. Smith had it blocked, but a reach-in foul is going to be called. After all the other contact that there's been tonight, that's a really tough call against Orlando Baker. It's his first personal foul and the fourth team foul on Western Oregon. Xavier Smith, 66.7% shooter at the line. Double carom on that one. 5 for Smith. Cavs double check the defensive assignments with one another and with the bench. Baker a look at the defense and just takes off against Starr and draws the foul as he went to the bucket. Given free rein to just go attack. The foul on Starr is his second personal. 3 team fouls on the Cavaliers in the second half. First free throws for Orlando Baker, a 65% shooter. For Baker. Starr trying to find Ayala, couldn't, as he was defended well by Hawkins. Smith back outside. Ayala works with Gray, batted away, but Jarrett regains. two players chasing him. He'll just pull up and hits the two on the baseline. 14 for Gray, 7 in each half, and the Cavs back to within 4. Warner trying to feel it again for three, misses that one, Star the rebound. Wolves now 4 of 15 from the outside. Sweet puts the ball on his hip hard to the basket, no whistle. And Sweet in double figures, has 10 now to join Gray's 14. Down to 2, Star nearly got a pick there. Cavs defend that high screen well and get back to it. Hawking gets the ISO on Ayala, but he'll go back up top to Warner and a travel. Finally one called. Cameron Cranston returns for Western Oregon for Caleb Warner. Jim Shaw up, telling Brandell Evans, we've got to guard him hard. He being Jarrett Gray. As the Cavs bring the ball down the floor, tie it with a 2, take a lead with a 3. Star underneath, gets double teamed as he kind of bobbled the ball. Gets a good shot in the lane, but it trickles off the front rim, and it's rebounded by Baker. He comes down the floor the other way, left elbow jumper pure. Baker in double figures now, the third player for the Wolves. Sweet against Cranston. Little help from Hawken, whistle, and a foul on the shot. Goes against Cranston. That is his first foul, and the 15th foul against Western Oregon. Free throws for Hunter Sweet when we return. 11 minutes and 19 seconds left to play in the second half. Western Oregon 53, Concordia 49 on the Cavaliers Sports Network. Can assist in all jobs, large or small, for homeowners and contractors. For quality equipment and tool rentals in Portland, Vancouver, and Salem, go to powerrents.com. Concordia shooting 63.6% in the second half, 7 of 11. But Western Oregon is at 70%, 7 of 10 as we return to action. Hunter Sweet at the free throw line for the Cavaliers. He's 4 for 5 at the stripe tonight. An even dozen for Sweet. And the Cavs back to within 2 after they were down by 7 4 minutes ago. Hawken, hand check on Ayala. And that call has not been made many prior times in this game. 4th team foul against the Cavs, the second against Ayala. It was an obvious foul, but far worse has gone uncalled tonight. Baker to Hawken. Smith flying at him to try to slow him down. And he and Ayala managed to stop Hawken, who gets it back again outside and extends the arm and charges on Ayala, and that brings Jim Shaw up off the bench. I think it was the extended arm that kind of did it for Hawken that time, the second personal and the 6th team foul, and had he not gotten the arm out there, he might have gotten a block call instead. Smith across midcourt. Sweet calling for it in the high post. Puts the head down, drives on Hawken, lost the handle, gets it back. In traffic, tried to shovel it to Ayala and eventually is called for traveling. Sometimes you can strain and push a little too hard or overexert, and that was kind of the case right there for Hunter Sweet as the Cavaliers are whistled for their 14th turnover. The Wolves with 10. Baker looking down on the block. Now Hawken outside the lane. He and Ayala collide again, but this time the call's going to go against Dakota, and he says he's extending the lead arm on me. Third personal on Dakota. It's a 15 foul on the Cavs, who are in the bonus for the rest of this game now, too. Baker, the inbounder on the baseline, as the Wolves line up 4 flat along the baseline. And a backdoor cut for Evans as Cody Starr lost him, and Evans lays it in. 55-51, Western Oregon. Ayala, pass goes off his hand. Wasn't a bad pass by Starr. Dakota just didn't catch it. And we go the other way. Rashear for 3. That will miss. Ayala timed the leap well and gets the board. Outlet to Smith. He's bumped into by Evans. Down the lane, scoop shot, and got the little teardrop roll. Nice finish in a tough spot for Xavier Smith. He has 8. The lead down to 2 again. Baker brings it back up top again. Works against Starr. Now Hawken. Cranston had a step, but Sweet recovers. Hawken for 3. Rattled it home. 7 for Hawken. Starr looking inside for Ayala. They're cheating and trying to double on the post as much as they can. Sweet to the bucket. Too strong. Tap in Dakota Ayala. His first field goal of the game. 58-55. Smith, a big hand check there, not called on against Baker. Hawken gets by Ayala, runs into Starr. Offensive foul. Cody placed himself well that time, and Riley Hawken picks up his 3rd foul, all of them coming here in the second half. Tyler Wells will check in for the Cavaliers, so will Jace Cates. Starr and Sweet come out. Darius Lubaum and Caleb Warner back in for Western Oregon. They'll join Cranston, Hawken, and Orlando Baker on the court. Smith attacking Baker, and they'll call a hand check on Baker. Wow. Sometimes you get away with just clobbering somebody, and the next minute they call you for a hand check there. I don't blame Baker for being confused, and he's going to go over and ask Justin St. Pierre about it. Xavier Smith at the free throw line, 2 for 2 tonight. And Buster Souza checks back into the lineup for Western Oregon. In double figures. Daniel Thiessen in for the Cavaliers for the first time tonight. Jalen Richardson returns for Western Oregon. Thiessen against Souza. Smith went for the gamble on the steal, and the Cavs do get it. Nice job by Wells to drop down low and intercept Baker's pass. Cavs can take the lead with a bucket. Wells will try a 3 instead. Takes the offensive rebound, gets it out to Gray. Gray picked up by Warner, takes him to the bucket, lays it home. Under 8 to go, and the Cavs lead it by 1. 16 for Jarrett Gray. Lubom got underneath Wells, pulls up over Daniel Thiessen, but that was a defensive lapse by Wells to let him get there. 13 for Lubom. Gray getting it back from Wells. Jarrett again against Warner. Too strong on the layup attempt, and Sousa the rebound. Had a look at it, had a clear path, just put it up too hard with the left. Baker, and an offensive foul on Baker for the hook. Yeah, they're going to call it on Baker. His third personal foul, and the 9th team foul on Western Oregon. Elroy E. Butler will return for the Cavaliers, and they're going to the Wolves bench now and talking to the staff a little bit about being a bit too verbal. Timeout, 7 minutes and 14 seconds left to play in the second half. Cavaliers, as we said, right in the middle of this one. They trail Western Oregon 60-59 on the Cavaliers Sports Network. Tonight by Nike, the perfect fit for the perfect workout. Whether it's the latest in performance shoes, dry fit clothing, the Nike Fuel Band, Nike ID, where you can customize shoes for any sporting activity, or the latest apparel from your favorite teams, shop online at Nike.com. Nike, the official supplier to Concordia University Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink and beverage sponsor to Concordia University Athletics. Jace Cates and Elroy E. Butler, Xavier Smith, Tyler Wells, Daniel Thiessen, the 5 on the floor for the Cavaliers as they look to regain the lead again. Concordia at 58% shooting in the second half, 48.8 for the game. Western Oregon 71-4 in the second half, 46.9 for the contest. Through the hands of Xavier Smith on a rocket from Thiessen, and the Cavaliers turn it over. 16th Concordia turnover, 13 so far for Western Oregon. Lubom to the baseline for Sousa, rolls around and out. Cavs sprint it the other way. Smith all the way to the cup, foul. No, an offensive foul on the screen on Thiessen. Didn't hold his ground and picks up his first foul. It's the 6th team foul on the Cavaliers. Hawking up top to Sousa. He'll handle Lubom, who appeared to walk as he turned the corner, takes it to the cup, and an offensive foul on Darius Lubom, his second foul. 10 team fouls, so a double bonus for the Cavs the rest of the way. Dominic Bradley checks into the Cavalier lineup for Daniel Thiessen. So the Cavs get a little more offensive attack back on the floor. Friggin sends Warner down the sideline. He'll have to wait for the next dead ball to check in. Smith around the screen. Gray left alone for 3. Got knocked down afterward, and no call there. Gray with 19 now in the ballgame, his third 3. The Cavaliers regain the lead, and Jim Shaw up screaming for a timeout. 5 minutes, 56 seconds left to play in the second half. Concordia back on top. It's the Cavaliers 62, Western Oregon 60. Smith and Gray. Caleb Warner back in for Western Oregon. On the floor with Evans, Brashear, Hawken, and Lubaum. Warner fakes the three, cut off on the baseline. Good rotation by the Cavs. Lubaum in traffic, back outside. Warner will take the three this time, left it short. Hawken wasn't blocked out, and then throws it off of Wells out of bounds with a strong two-handed toss to maintain possession for Western Oregon. Nobody had a body on Riley Hawken at all on that one. Ball's already been handed to the players. They should not have buzzed the substitute in. And they won't permit him in now. That's the right call, as Don Bradley wasn't at the table when the ball was handed over. Evans against Smith, throws it up left-handed, gets it to fall. Extended the arm a little bit, but Smith also caught him. First foul of the game on Xavier, the Cavaliers' 7th team foul. And Evans 1 for 2 at the free throw stripe. Will try to give the Wolves the lead. Bradley in, Ayala out now. Gray the rebound, and we are deadlocked for the 4th time. I think it's 5, actually. Bradley picked up by Hawken. Smith to Wells. Shot clock at 7, double team, kick in the corner, Smith for 3. Too strong, and Lubaum the rebound. Cavs didn't give Jarrett Gray a touch anywhere in that possession. Lubaum to Evans. Kind of slipped a little bit as he took off. Brashear try to break down Wells. Spins inside and got it. Nice finish by Dalvin Brashear. He has 6 in the ball game. And the Wolves again extend some pressure with a 2-point lead. Wells up top for Cates. Smith batted away from him in traffic. And do they get a timeout? Nope, it's a held ball. It stays with the Cavaliers. Hunter Sweet, Cody Starr in for the Cavaliers for Jace Cates and Xavier Smith. Cavalier ball on the baseline, 11 seconds on the shot clock. A lot of contact, no whistle. Up top, Sweet. No whistle either way because both teams are at it. Gray, tough follow away out of the corner. The whistle called. It'll be 3 free throws for Jarrett Gray. And Brendell Evans, the foul, his 3rd.
At the free throw line is number 10, Jarrett Gray.
Jim Shaw doing the thing that coaches do, points to one end and says it didn't happen down here, and points to the other end and says you made the call against us there. First miss tonight for Gray in 5 attempts. Comes at a crucial time. They needed all 3 free throws to regain the lead. Oh, apparently it was only a 2. Apologies. 20th point of the game for Gray. 13 of those coming here in the second half. Evans around the ball screen from Hawken. Kicks it up. Brashear down the lane. Back out to Hawken. He'll penetrate. Wells didn't hold his ground. And caught Hawken. Second foul on Wells. 8th team foul against the Cavaliers. Riley Hawken will be at the free throw line after the break, and he will look to extend Western Oregon's 1-point lead. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the second half. Western Oregon 64-63 on the Cavaliers Sports Network. part by Waste Management, the leading provider of comprehensive waste management services in North America. For a small project around your house, you can use the Bagster. Simply buy the Bagster at your local home improvement store, then fill it with up to 3,300 pounds of debris or waste. Schedule your collection online or by phone and you're done. For more information about the Bagster, dumpster rental, or residential or commercial service, go to www.wm.com. Waste Management. Think green. Think clean. Riley Hawken, a 67% free throw shooter, his first attempts of the night. Cavaliers back in action Thursday, a doubleheader, the women against Simon Fraser at 5:15 in the annual pink game, and the men at 7:30 against Montana State Billings in the Coaches versus Cancer contest. 9 for Riley Hawken in the game, and the Cavs trailing it by 3. Gray, good kick out to Bradley, didn't even look at the shot. Sweet got Hawken in the air, lost the ball, was knocked away, gets it back. Has Bradley who's there, missed the layup, and Hawken the rebound. Key opportunity again for the Cavaliers, but they couldn't execute, and they trail by 3. It's the little things that make the difference in these close games that the Cavs keep dropping. Blue bomb, batted away by Wells, and stolen. A good reach in. 15th turnover against Western Oregon. Star around Bradley's screen. Star to the bucket, the left-handed finish. Only 4 points tonight by Cody Star, but he's played a solid game when he's been in. Down towards the 2.5-minute mark with the Cavs trailing it by 1. Hawken for Lubom. Brashear in on Wells. Bradley tried to help but couldn't get there in time, and Brashear has 8. There's not much you can do when they spread it and get a guy one-on-one. This is the problem that plagues the Cavaliers. They're always having to try to match baskets. It puts a high-pressure situation on your offense. You have to convert to try to stay even. Star for 3. Won't go. Rebound Sweet. Got Hawken in the air. Shot will count, and he'll draw the foul. The foul goes against Caleb Warner, his 3rd. Sweet 6 of 7 at the free throw line. Orlando Baker returns for Western Oregon. And he'll come in for Darius Lubom. Sweet with the tie. 15 for Hunter, 11 of those in the second half. And we're deadlocked with under 2 minutes to go. The Cavs come up with a different ending this time against one of the league's top teams. Warner trying to work on Gray. Doesn't go, and a late bailout call from the top official, Toby Doolittle. Second foul on Sweet. 9th team foul on the Cavaliers. 2 free throws for Caleb Warner, a 79% free throw shooter. His first attempts of the night. Caleb Warner with 19 tonight to lead Western Oregon. Gray, good up fake, then created space for a go-ahead three. He had Baker 2 stories up on the shot fake and went step right and drained it. Jim Shaw, some words for his freshman as the Wolves come into forecourt. Talking to Brashear. Both teams in the double bonus on any foul. Brashear got Wells off balance, missed the reverse, and Bradley the rebound. Star into forecourt. Brad Barbarick spreads the team out. About 21 seconds left after the shot clock expires here. Star got stuck. Cavs have timeouts if they need them. Wells to Sweet, all alone from the top for 3. 14 points in the second half for Hunter Sweet. And they're telling everybody stay out on the floor. I don't know if we have a timeout called or not. What do we have? There's no timeout. All right. So Jim Shaw got to get his clipboard out and diagram something with no timeout. Then now Brad Barbarick will take a timeout. 27 seconds remaining in the second half. The Cavaliers on top 74-70. Western Oregon will have the ball when we return. Cavalier basketball brought to you in part by the Lutheran Church Extension Fund, celebrating 40 years as the official financial partner of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. LCEF, where investments build ministry. Cavaliers 60% the second half, 51 for the game. The Wolves 65% for the second half, 47% for the game. Any foul that has free throws connected with it will be a 2-shot foul. A held ball belongs to Western Oregon. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Evans into forecourt. Sweet will match up with him there. Warner against Gray, lost the handle. Gray grabs it, gets it to Bradley, who's fouled. The Cavaliers were feverishly signaling for a timeout, but instead got the ball clear. Now, Bradley's free throws mean 2 trips to tie for Western Oregon if he can hit them. He is a 66.7% free throw shooter. These are his first free throw attempts of the night. That got a little help. Back rim absorbed every bit of energy that was in that shot. Lead is 5. Baker, the quick pull-up 3. Missed it badly. Brashear the rebound, and the Cavaliers let him lay it in with 6 seconds left. At least they did not add a foul to it. And a timeout is called by Western Oregon. With 6 seconds remaining, the Cavaliers holding a 3-point lead at 75-72. Plenty of exciting basketball at LCEF Court of late. The Cavaliers trying to come up with a different ending to the story tonight. More Cavalier basketball comes your way Thursday, a doubleheader of the women against Simon Fraser at 5:15. It's the annual pink game to raise for cancer awareness. At 7:30, the men take on Montana State Billings, the coaches versus cancer night. Then Saturday, the women against Western Washington at 2 o'clock. Sweet the inbounder as the Cavaliers will try to get this in against full court pressure from the Wolves. Starr in the backcourt, and he's fouled by Evans. Fourth foul on Evans with 4.5 seconds left to go. 2 free throws coming for Cody Starr, a 79% free throw shooter. His first free throw attempts of the night.
Number 5, Cody Starr, for 2.
That's the big one. Makes it 2 trips for Western Oregon. Cody ready for his second as Riley Hawken comes over to check and see if the Wolves had a timeout left. And the lead is 5. Baker will launch it from midcourt off the board. It hit the shot clock. It's the Cavaliers' ball, but they're going to let her run out. Jim Shaw first down the sideline to congratulate Brad Barbarick. And the officials are still saying, wait a minute, guys, we've got time left. And it's a correct call. 0.2 of a second left because the ball hit the shot clock. And now they'll make it final. And a shaking of hands.